Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with a notable donation Saturday morning to CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain campaign. Prime Minister Mark Carney stopped by an Ottawa fire station in his riding to drop off some toys. CTV's Natalie Van Roy has more from the toy drive's final week.
Prime Minister Mark Carney and his wife Diana Fox Carney making a special donation to those in need.
Instead of doing Secret Santa, we did Secret Santa.
Gifts for CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain campaign.
We're dropping off toys from their team who had a Secret Santa and wanted to make sure that every child in their riding had a toy under the tree this Christmas.
Carney touring the Ottawa fire station in his riding on Green Bank Road, where he spoke with firefighters.
Very exciting. It was super cool to have the Prime Minister in our home away from home.
The donation comes during the final stretch of the Toy Mountain campaign. Drop-offs are accepted until December 19th. The demand higher than ever.
The numbers are up from where they were last year at this time, and so we expect to again serve more children and families in need this holiday season. Anywhere from 7,000 to 8,000 families.
Bring them down to...
Firefighter Cameron Taylor says the community has been generous so far.
We had the two parades, and the community brought together over 3,500 toys, and we're still counting. We're on our way to 5,000 already. We're over $45,000 of cash collected.
But with Christmas around the corner, the need is great.
As we think about some of the economics that people are facing, the rising cost of living, food, gas, all of those things are contributing to the challenges that people are facing, needing to make that dollar stretch from the beginning to the end of the month.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The campaign supports a wide range of ages, from newborns to children up to 12 years old. Toys collected here to make sure everyone has a gift under the tree this holiday season. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
All right, we'll take our first check on the weather. That's a look at Rideau Street there behind me along the ByWard Market. And again, we've got a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We're seeing at -9 degrees here in the capital right now. Feels more like -14 with the wind chill. Again, today we were dealing with some flurries, but cleared out toward the evening hours. And we have a chance of flurries to deal with in our overnight hours as well. Mainly sunny for your Sunday, but then we have some more flurries rolling in to start us off on Monday. So here are the conditions for the next 24 hours. So again, mainly clear right throughout the day. Some more cloud cover rolling in toward the afternoon and evening hours. Looks like our high could be somewhere around the -11, -10 region. We're sitting at -9 right now. And again, a chance of flurries in the overnight hours. Ottawa firefighters responded to a basement fire this evening in the ByWard Market. A 911 call came in just before 7:30 for reports of smoke in the basement of a low-rise building along York Street. Fire crews determined smoke was coming from the basement's electrical room. No occupants were found inside the building at the time of the fire, and no injuries have been reported. The fire was under control and contained to the basement before it could spread in about 30 minutes. An OPP cruiser struck head-on by a pickup truck east of Perth Saturday afternoon has left several people, including a police officer, with serious injuries. The crash happened on Highway 7 between Drummond School Road and Drummond Concession 7 just before 4:30. A child traveling in the truck suffered life-threatening injuries and was transported to a regional trauma center by air ambulance. Paramedics transported 2 other people in the truck with serious injuries to hospital, and an OPP officer was also transported to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of the crash is now under investigation, and anyone with information or dash cam footage is asked to contact Lanark County OPP. One person was airlifted to hospital following a 2-vehicle collision in Bon Cher Valley Friday afternoon. Now, it happened near Killaloe at the intersection of Faymont Road and Sebastopol Drive around the noon hour. Ontario Provincial Police say a 34-year-old driver was extricated from a van and airlifted by air ambulance to a trauma center with serious injuries. The other driver, a 53-year-old woman, was also injured, and she was taken to hospital. Anyone with any information or who may have witnessed this crash is also asked to contact police. Well, families heading out this holiday season may find it a little easier and cheaper to visit some of the capital region's most popular attractions. This week's marks the return of the Canada Strong Pass. It offers discounted admission for children at national museums, and CTV's Josh Morano reports.
David Williamson and his family braved the snow to take little Theo to the Canada Agriculture and Food Museum.
It's great to have families spend time together, and even with the economy how it is, it's good to kind of save money and keep the family together and have something to do, so it's great.
From learning about food to dinosaurs, space, and military history, national museums in the capital region are busy this weekend as the Canada Strong Pass officially gets underway.
Canada Strong Pass.
This was actually just one of the days we decided to stop down, so we heard about the Canada Strong Pass, and that'd be great for people who want to take advantage of this great pass.
The museums are really great for our kids' development. They need to learn about Canada history, great Canadian proud.
The pass offers free admission for children up to 17 years old and reduced pricing for youth aged 18 to 24 at museums like the Canadian Museum of History, Aviation and Space Museum, and Science and Technology.
We'd like to get the kids engaged in something different and hopefully have their minds sparked on something. And we felt like this might have been a good opportunity to get them looking at different things.
Beyond Ottawa, the pass can also be used at national historic sites, galleries, and parks across the country.
That is also great news for us, that it's free, then we can go everywhere.
The program runs through the holidays, giving families like Williamson's more chances to explore Canada's culture, science, and history.
Going to these museums, they put a lot of effort there too, so it's great to see.
Josh Morano, CTV News.
Ottawa's largest annual single-day grocery store food drive was back for another year.
It's the food drive for the Ottawa Food Bank today. Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
The 41st OC Transpo Loblaws Holiday Food Drive took place Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, monetary donations and non-perishable food items were accepted at participating Loblaws locations right across the city. Now, last year's drive collected over 81,000 pounds of food and raised over $25,000 in cash and food vouchers. Now, the drive helps ensure there is enough to eat, especially at this time of the year when demand is at its highest. And as we inch closer and closer to Christmas, festive markets are giving those last-minute shoppers a chance to scoop up some special gifts. And as CTV's Camille Wilson reports, one of those markets is all about pets.
Instead of say cheese, it's say bark. Four-legged friends created their holiday memories with Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Last year we got Mrs. Mila, we got Mila, and then we took a Santa picture. We came second year to take another picture with her as well. So we're probably going to do this every year.
Dogs, and more dogs for the third annual Pet Day at Robert Plant Greenhouse. All pets welcome to join in on the holiday market action. Soundaria Shinavasagan and Deepak Alango starting a new family tradition.
Every single year we come back and we go back with loads and loads and loads of really good treats for them. They're also really handmade and very good naturally sourced ingredients as well, which is what we love.
The holiday market filled with more than 200 local vendors with festive decor, plants, food, self-care, and even dog treats.
Would you like to try apple?
Oh boy, Pet Day is the most wonderful market we have. People brings their cats, their dog. We even had a donkey this morning. Yes, a donkey. We have an artisan that sells all kinds of stuff for pets. So like little cookies for dogs or little outfits. You can find all kinds of nice stuff for pets.
Over at the EY Centre, the Originals Christmas craft sale with 100% Canadian-made unique items.
I think there's an inclination to shop local and to shop made in Canada this year more than ever.
Now in its 51st year, some vendors have been around since the beginning.
We're very committed to supporting handmade and small business in Ottawa, and all of the people that shop here are as well.
200 plus artists and artisans, clothing, body care, jewelry, home decor, and more, and not one to miss.
It's a Christmas tradition. We come all the time. Every year we look forward to it.
And our daughter almost grew up at this.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
An $80 million Lotto Max jackpot is still up for grabs after no winning ticket was drawn last night.
Winner.
Well, Well, this is the fourth time the jackpot has ever reached $80 million. Ontario's Lottery and Gaming Corporation increased the maximum jackpot by $10 million earlier this week. Now, in addition to the grand prize, there will also be 21 $1 million prizes, which can be won during Tuesday's draw.
Remember last year what Hartman did to Stusra, and now he's going to have to answer to Ridley Gregg.
Well, coming up, we'll take an extended look at your weekend forecast. Plus, we check in on the Sens as they go wild on the ice this afternoon in Minnesota. We got some afternoon NHL action today from the Ottawa Senators. They're in the middle of a 3-game road trip facing off against the Minnesota Wild.
Play back. Sanderson stand on the pass. Jurek running 10 rebounds. Comes towards Cousins. Rebound, Tim, and he scores!
On the power play, Tim Stützle cuts the lead in half at the end of the second, making it 2-1 for the Wild. Now, later in the third, Dylan Cousins would score off the post. Pretty goal there to tie things up, and it looked like this game would be heading to overtime, but the Wild, they would score with just 23 seconds left in regulation. They take this one 3-2 over Ottawa. The Sens head to Winnipeg next to play the Jets on Monday. All right, another look at the weather. That's a look at Dalhousie Street and the clock tower there in the corner. You're getting a great night if you're out and about. Cold here in the capital, but not snowing like it was earlier today. It is -9 degrees here in Ottawa. Feels more like -14 with the wind chill. We'll take a look through our satellite radar of what's happening for the next little while or so. Again, we have the cloud cover that'll be sticking with us, some flurries that'll be sticking in the overnight hours, but then mainly clear on Sunday, and some more cloud cover could roll in on Monday. -14 degrees with some possible chances of flurries in the overnight hours here for Ottawa. -12 for Cornwall, -15 for Brockville, -13 for both Kingston and Trenton, -18 with cloud cover for the Bancroft area, -11 for Kittigan-Zibi, -16 for Pembroke. Same thing for Gatineau, -16 there, and Petawawa as well, -15 for Kemptville, -10 for Montreal, -13 for Mont-Tremblant, -11 for Maniwaki. As for tomorrow's highs, again, mainly clear in the morning hours. Toward the afternoon is when we could see some more flurries coming in. -7 could be our high here for the capital. -5 for Brockville, -4 for Kingston and Trenton, -7 for Kittigan-Zibi, -8 for Maniwaki and Gatineau, -7 for the Montreal area, -5 for Kemptville. Now, just taking a look at what's happening for the next week ahead. Again, mainly clear for your Sunday into the afternoon. We'll see some more flurries rolling in, and then some more flurries, a 60% chance to start us off on Monday.
Beautiful snowfall. We're like, yes, today we're getting a tree.
Well, how long should you wait to pick up a Christmas tree? After the break, we take you to a Christmas tree farm as the clock ticks down to the big day and farmers prepare for that last-minute rush. The Bell Media building is lit up bigger and brighter this year. That's all thanks to our friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. Well, the festive day for the Prime Minister continued here in the capital. After making a donation to Toy Mountain in Nepean, he also made a stop to a Christmas tree farm in Stittsville. It comes as many families are opting for the real deal over fake trees as we count down to Christmas. CTV's Kimberly Johnson reports.
Prime Minister Mark Carney picking out a Christmas tree. The event Sunday at Fallowfield Christmas Tree Farm in Stittsville. Tanya Marchenko and her family picking out the largest tree they can find here. With just a few weeks before Christmas, they say there's still lots of options, so they chose an 8.5-foot tree.
Well, it's a struggle every year, I must say. And every year we end up with a tree that is larger than what we need, and then it's a game of, cutting and making sure it fits in a room.
She says this weekend is a great time for her family to pick it because it can be left up well into the new year.
Frankly, this year we just chose the one that we love the most.
Yeah, I don't really. It puts us in a good holiday spirit, I think. Yeah.
The farm's owner says business is booming. Last weekend, the snowy weather helped create record-breaking sales, and this weekend, hundreds more are expected.
I would say, we could probably big 400 to 500 trees will go out. So that's how many families you get. 2,000 people, 2,500. Really nice to have people come out and enjoy the farm.
He says an average 6-foot tree here costs $90 with tax. And like similar tree farms CTV News spoke to this season, the total has risen slightly over the last year.
I think maybe we're a little bit too close.
For some who get their trees this close to Christmas, the clock is ticking down.
That's a big ordeal getting all the lights ready, but hopefully it'll definitely be up in time for Christmas. It might just be cutting it a little short.
For others, it's the perfect time of year.
Because I don't want to follow the pine needle trail on the way out in January.
Yeah, we woke up this morning and it was just like a beautiful snowfall. We're like, yes, today we're getting a hit tree.
Kimberly Johnson, CTV News.
All right, still to come, it's now illegal for children in Australia under 16 to have accounts on social media. The new legislation is the first of its kind in the world, and it's a law that some want to see passed here in Canada. Reaction continues to pour in on Netflix's new deal with Warner Brothers. Netflix put up $72 billion U.S. to buy the Hollywood giant studio and streaming business. However, just days later, Paramount put a $108 billion U.S. deal on the table. And there's been much uncertainty, with many raising concerns over what each offer could mean for the future of Hollywood. But whichever way it goes, the deal would likely face federal review. The Canadian Centre for Child Protection says Canada needs tougher regulations around social media use to protect children. The call comes after Australia banned kids under the age of 16 from having accounts on social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. But as CTV's Jeff Keel reports, not everyone is convinced the ban will work.
Ask most young people if they use social media, and you'll likely get this answer.
Pretty often. It's tends to be into my day-to-day life. It's how I reconnect with a lot of people.
Talicia Berdebois says that way to connect has pros and cons for people her age and younger.
A lot of kids do seem to get bullied online, and there's a lot of influences online, negative and positive.
Canadian Centre for Child Protection supports Australia's under 16 move. While they'd like to see something like that here, they say Canada first needs a regulatory framework around social media use, as social media is damaging to children in a countless number of ways.
Social media is not necessary in those younger ages, and in fact, as we've seen, causes a fair bit of harm.
The Canadian Centre for Child Protection supports Australia's restrictions, and they want a similar approach here. They say the current self-regulation model isn't working, as social media is damaging to children in a countless number of ways.
We know that there are algorithms that are pushing content to kids that they're perhaps not understanding or recognizing that it is being pushed to them. Things like self-harm content, pornography content.
But not everyone is convinced the ban is feasible.
I am skeptical. I'll await the results, but I think overall, this is going to be a bigger challenge that needs to be addressed globally.
Some tech experts question how this will be enforced and say children will find ways to get around this.
It may also push people to parts of the internet that just aren't safe, that may not be social media platforms to begin with.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face.
Well, coming up, a Hollywood icon is celebrating a milestone birthday. Plus, we'll have one more look at your weekend forecast.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sanaya Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
All right, let's take a look at your wake-up weather. -8 degrees here for the Ottawa area. Again, clearer conditions toward the morning hours, but we could see some flurries come back toward the afternoon and roll over into your Monday morning. Here's a look at what's happening for the next week ahead or so. Monday, -7 will be our high. Looks like -4 on Tuesday with a mix of sun and cloud, and then some more snow to bring us in for the rest of the week. Well, today, Hollywood legend and actor Dick Van Dyke is celebrating his 100th birthday.
The funniest thing is, it's not enough. 100 years is not enough. You want to live more, which I plan to.
Van Dyke is best known for his starring role on The Dick Van Dyke Show and in the 1964 film Mary Poppins. That's where I know him best from. He's won 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, a Tony Award, a Grammy Award, and over his course of his career. And he was also inducted into the Television Hall of Fame in 1995. Van Dyke says the key to staying healthy is hitting the gym 3 times a week. He looks good for 100 years old, gotta say. Well, that's CTV News for this Saturday, December the 14th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team, keeping up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow night.